Happy Thursday. So it's great to see you guys online. This is your new classroom here at Casa de Presh, at least, or Classroom de Presh, I guess, at least for the next week and a half, and possibly maybe the week after spring break. But we'll just, take each day at a time. I'm glad you're here. Just know that this is new for you, this is new for me. So we are going to do the best we can. We all are just needing to be patient and understanding. And the key is just communication, as always, right? We talk about communication, how important that is. But it's really important this next week and a half for sure, as we're all just navigating this new platform. So I do want you to know that first and foremost, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for being patient and being understanding as I've been trying to work these past few days getting information out to you. I hope that you've received it, and I hope that you have had a chance to process it a little bit. I know these are uncertain times. I know that you have a lot maybe that you are processing and going through, but please know that your teachers are here. We are doing everything we can to make this as easy for you as possible. And ultimately, what we want is we want you to, feel in control. And I think sometimes when you know what you're doing, at least when it comes to school, that empowers you a little bit and you have some control over this situation. Maybe not everything else in the world right now, but definitely over your learning. And I really applaud you for being mature and responsible as you take hold of your education in this new platform. If you have any concerns that don't involve education, please still feel free. We want you contacting us and talking to us. The counseling services are still available to you. Your teachers are all still available to you. So please know that everyone is here for you. Okay. If you have any questions about technology or your lunches, things like that, please shoot those to us first, and then we can get them to who they need to go to. So don't worry about that either. So let's go ahead and get started. So first things first, I want you to always, check your Clever account every day. That's what this is here. And each of your teachers, of course, as I'm sure you've realized by now, we have all of our links out here that you'll need. Now mine goes directly to you can go right to my website and everything's there also. But if you came here, you would at least, know what's going on. You'll see the module sheets are posted here each day for you, for English 1 and then for honors. And these are just some of the links that we'll be using and some that we've already used. But this goes right to the website if you forget for some reason how to get there. So this will be your home base. Clever is where you go for all of your classes. And then looking at, of course, for our class, we have our website, right? That's always here for us. And I'm just trying to make sure you can see this. I'm hoping you can. And then from there, I just want to make sure that you can hopefully see this tab. So when we're on our normal website page here, I'll put all the news and announcements, right here for us. If there's anything new that you need to look at, it'll be posted on the home page, and that probably makes sense to you. Okay, you click on this button. This is a letter to you that I'll talk about here in just a minute. It just outlines your 2 basic requirements every day that will be consistent, and then the other assignments will post, as they come up. But this is a letter to you. So if you click on that, it takes you right to that link as well. I will also, here's my new hours. So you can see here's the new schedule for digital learning. And I'll start every day at 8, maybe a little bit before. I'll be checking emails a little bit before maybe. And then we'll end at 7 o'clock at night, or I'll end at 7 o'clock at night after dinner. So I'm hoping you can, try to plan in those hours. But of course, know that whenever, as always, whenever you, shoot me a text or an email, I'm pretty good about getting back to you on those. Okay, but after you've gone, to the home page and you've checked everything out, then you'll need to go to your class. So if you are English 1, for example, you are going to, be in here. I will post for you, each day. So today's the 19th. Here's the module sheet for that week. So it usually will come out on a Monday, but since today's Thursday, I kicked it out today. And it has, as you can see when you click on it, it outlines for you exactly what you're going to be doing for the week. And it even has a little checklist. It has my objectives as a teacher that are all aligned to my standards. And then it lets you give a little overview here. And then if you want to work ahead, you can. If you're really busy with math or you're really busy with history, you can, put this off for a night and then get to it the next day. The only thing that needs to be done daily that I'm checking is your Schoology accounts. So when you click on your Schoology link here, that is where you are going to have your daily login here. So you'll notice when you log into Schoology, it should have you sitting in here. I keep getting these beeps, sorry, but you'll see it here. You're going to have your dashboard and it'll have your assignments in there. And those are daily, so they'll say check-in. Or it might say, if we keep doing digital learning, it might have the assignment name there that might say Romeo and Juliet, questions packet 1 or something. But for now, they're going to say check-in. So think about those as how I'm taking attendance, your bell ringer, and your basic just interaction and communication with what we have either gone over the day before or what we're going to be leading into the next day. So this is where I want you to go for sure every day, in addition to your Clever and your website and our website. Okay, so that's the daily requirements. Now, if we go back to the website here, you'll be able to see that with the module links here, once you click that on, it's going to tell you, what's coming due today or tomorrow. All of these links here are all going to be by midnight. So, if you're normally in second period, you don't have to have it due at second period. You're just going to turn it in by midnight, do the quiz by midnight, do the grammar assignment by midnight, do your assignments by midnight. Now, the daily assignments, just so you know, in Schoology, the sooner you do those, the sooner I can be grading them. I'm grading them all day. And then what I do is I take any information off of that account and I'm keeping track of it in my little notebook, and it is going into where I can address that the next day in the lesson. So for last night, I already went out and pulled some of those questions, and that will help. So you don't have to do it, of course, that very moment, but I'm hoping that you will do that when you have time, I guess. So but let's go ahead and talk about, so when you go into the office hours every day, you'll see here your office hours are well, it depends what class you're in, but if you're in, English 1, these are your meeting times. Now you can meet with all of these if you want to, or you can meet with them, you can do one of them or two of them. But how you do that, and I gave the directions here, it's also in all the Zoom links are there. And so they're also embedded on your Clever account and on the website. But when you click on there, you're just going to go to Zoom and you're going to do join a meeting. The links I gave you already take you to the join a meeting page. So you're good there, you're golden. But when you join that meeting, you're just going to type in the code that I gave you. And then you're going to come up online. We'll all be in a little video like this, but it'll be live rather than just watching me and listening to me. We'll all be in it together. You'll be able to ask any questions. I'll be able to do some reteaching if we need to go over something again. I brought a big whiteboard home. Well, I had it downstairs, actually. I brought it upstairs. And so I can be writing on that as well, just like in the classroom. And I'll just pop it up here behind me, or maybe in the piano room, I can put it up on the bench. But the point is, it'll be a time where we can interact live. Those times, there are 3 times a day, as you probably noticed. And like I said, if you want to come to all 3 of them, go for it. But if you only can make one of them a day, that's fine. And maybe there's a day where you can't meet any of them. And so you might check in the next day possibly. And that's okay. But I'll do them at 10 o'clock and then 1:30 and then 6 o'clock in the evening. Because some of you I know will be doing things during the day that you won't be able to check in maybe. So that's how you get into those Zoom conferences. It's really not tricky. It does take a minute though, just to know that it takes a minute for you to download that onto your computer or to the Chromebooks or to your phone. You can have it on your phone or your device, any device it works on. But it just takes a minute. You have to jump through a hoop to say, yes, I want to be in Zoom. It is totally free. And you don't even have to be video. So if you don't want everybody to see you, like right now, you can see me in the corner down here. If you don't want that, you can just be audio so that you can just have your voice heard and then people don't see you. If you, are in your, for some reason, like you're in your Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtle jammies or something, and you don't want them to see you, you can just click audio. Or sometimes what people will do, they'll just have their book up there the whole time, like just be talking, and here's my yo-yo book, and I'm not going to let anybody see my face. So you can do that too. So let's just talk about today. Let's get through today, and then we can troubleshoot as we move forward. So first of all, you will hopefully read this letter. And as you work through it, you'll see here, I of course highlighted the website here. And then I also gave you an example of how you'll start your reading logs. They're a little different than what we had in class because in class we weren't keeping track of our pages and our time because I could see you reading every day. I knew you were reading and I could walk around and see what you're reading and talk to you about what you're reading. But now I don't have the opportunity to do that. So I'm hoping that you have a book, that you took a book, maybe you have an extra book, and you can be reading at home. It doesn't have to be during, this time. It can be before you go to bed at night, just whenever you can. I want you to read. I do want it to be uninterrupted, just like it is in class every day. So I want you to find a time where you can just devote it to the reading. And that's how we build up our stamina and we build those skills that we've talked about in class. If you don't have a book at home, there's a couple ways you can get one. You can go to the Lewis and Clark Library page. On their web page, they have a way that you can put a book onto your device. You can read it on your phone or on your Kindle or on your iPad. You can download those. And if you have a library card, it's really easy. You go through the overdrive process. I have it on mine. It works pretty slick. But if you don't have a library card, they're doing a link where you can still access that. Okay, so you can still get the access to the books. Also, remember the Lewis, our library, not Lewis and Clark, our library, the Helena High Library, has a way for you to go out and get those ebooks. So check into that. All of you that downloaded your Audible accounts, remember we had about, I think, 400 kids download their Audible accounts. So go out and now's the time to put some books into your library and listen to those books. Just lay in your bed and listen uninterrupted. So those are some ways to get a book. If you still cannot get a book, I have books and I can maybe, I don't know how, clean them off and put them in a Ziploc bag, and I can drop them at a drop location that we can arrange, and you can pick up that book from me and check it out from me. So I want to make sure you have a book in your hands for the next couple of weeks in some way, or in your hands or on your phone or on your computer or some way. Okay. So that's the first thing, and you'll be keeping track of that. And you can do it like I did here in this document. Just make a little table. You can do it in your notebook, paper pencil, or digitally. Either way. And those are not due at any certain time. You'll notice on the module sheets that I've listed for you that those are due at to be determined. So I don't know when I'm going to collect those exactly, but you are doing that daily. In addition to that, I also want you to be doing writing every day. I don't have the way to say for you, okay, take out your notebooks and do your quick write, or take out your bell ringer and write about this. So I want to make sure you're still writing. And you can do that again if you want to do paper pencil. If that's more your jam, that's awesome. If you would rather do it digitally, then open up a Google Doc. And in that Google Doc, just call it Quick Writes. And I put that up here. Just call it Quick Writes. And then that will let me know when we do share it at some time here in the near future. Then I'll know exactly what that is coming in. Okay. So we'll do the Quick Writes. And you can write about anything, but what I do want you writing about, at least for the next couple of days, is I want you writing about this moment in time that we are all sharing. And this is all part of our story that someday we will tell. And I want you to be documenting that. You won't remember everything unless you start to write things down or process them. And so that's what I want you to do initially. And I gave you some ideas, but you're not limited to the ideas that I put here, of course, in that letter. But these are some ways to get you started if you want to. Here's some links I put up there that another teacher linked, that I got a lot of these resources from other teachers and that I have either done grad school with or just on social media with. So a lot of these I went out and checked because when I saw them, I was like, oh, let me go check it. And these are some really good resources just to get you, processing things. If you don't have a seed that you want to follow, then here are some seeds for you to get you going and get you growing in your writing. You again can do your notebooks, like I said, paper pencil. You can do them Google through Google Docs. Another way you could do it is maybe you're a little more creative. Some of you, as I've seen, been witness to, you're amazing artists. So maybe you're going to start, creating a document or a painting, and it's going to chronicle each moment or each event. Maybe some of you are going to do a collage of things, or maybe a scrapbook of sorts. So I tried to put out a lot of different ideas here so you don't feel limited or stifled with your creativity. But I just want you to, just rest in it for a moment and just think about what's going on around you and what you're thinking about right now. Your ideas, they matter and your voice matters. And I want you to be able to express that in whatever way, you see fit. So this is just some ways for you to do that. I will go ahead and start to wrap things up now. I know you can read your letters and you can get started on things and start working through some issues as your day begins. Just picking up some housekeeping items. If we come back here, I want to go over, I didn't update all the due dates yet because we have things just coming in, randomly. And so I'll update those as we get further along in the week here. But if you look here, these links here are what I want you to take a look at. Some of you have no red ink that you haven't done yet, and some of you have completed it. So if you have completed it, that's great. Okay, so you don't need to worry about anything. But if you have not completed your No Red Ink assignment yet, go out and do that today. That is on independent and dependent clauses. You can use all of your worksheets, all of your notes that you have at home, and you can finish that assignment. If you've already finished that assignment, don't do it again, okay? So you can do that today. The other thing that you could catch up on is working on your Animal Farm. Finish reading Animal Farm and then go out to your Turnitin.com account here. And I will be posting today, I will be posting your assignment out here. So you'll be able to click on your class and then in the discussion board tabs. So it will be under discussion boards. Up here, you want to click this tab and your assignment will be sitting in there. So you could start on that if you want to. You could also be finishing your LitPod roles. Many of you have finished them. You've already sent them to me. Awesome. But most of you haven't, and that's okay because you didn't know exactly when they were due. So those LitPod roles for Animal Farm, as you finish them, I want you to just send them to me. And you can send them to my school email or pressengerenglish@gmail, which is the Gmail, of course, that I use. So either way, if you are the illustrator, go ahead and just take a picture of that and send it to me. So I'd say I have about 10 of those assignments that have been sent on. That means there's still about 85 that are still working on them, and that's okay. But try to get that caught up since that was a loose end as we abruptly switched gears here. So that would be something you could finish up. And I did try to prioritize it all. So when you see your little module sheet, when you upload those, you can print them off like I did, and that will help you just work through that, hopefully a little bit at a time and just go through that checklist and see what you need to do. It's all there for you. And I would like you to, put your priority in watching the video, try to check in with office hours and do your Schoology, and then pick up the loose ends. Finish your LitPod roll, finish your grammar in No Red Ink, And of course, I want you doing your daily reading and your writing. And, when I timed it out, it looks like your reading would be about 10 to 15 minutes, just like class. Your writing's going to be about 10 or 15 minutes, just like class. I mean, I know we split it apart in class, but it's the same amount of time. And then your other work will take you probably about 20 minutes every day. So you need to budget that time. So you're looking at about still a normal class day, you're just breaking it apart a little bit. And then your home fun doesn't have to always be done, at 3 o'clock. You could do it throughout the day if you want to. But those assignments, like I said, won't be posted or will be due until midnight of the next day and stuff. And we'll get to that later on so you're not too stressed. Okay. So right now, go to Clever, go to the website, and do your Schoology account, get that done for the day, and then see me in office hours today, hopefully at some time. Okay. Just I want to say thank you again. It's been great seeing you, and I will see you again later. All right, bye. Happy thoughts.